Welcome to another captivating edition of Sticks and Stones Show, taking place right here at the No Shoes Bar and Grill. This is going to be an exquisite combination, I do kind of believe. So, I think this is really going to be kind of a, like ultimate cigar and whiskey pairing experience. I'm pretty sure. So, we are going to be pairing today George Dickel Barrel Select. For those of you on the live stream, you can see it. That is a spirit I have paired once before, and it is a really good one. And I am pairing that with the Flathead Steel Horse. I think this is just going to go together like peas and carrots, to quote another famous person. So, but we need to prepare ourselves for a sensory journey like no other. I think there's going to be some rich flavors and some expert craftsmanship that are going to collide into a unforgettable experience. So, right after this, we are going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, George Dickel Barrel Select. A lot of people are familiar with Dickel, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to fix this in a minute. My table's a little wobbly. So anyway, for those of you on the live stream, here it is again. This is their Barrel Select Tennessee whiskey. It is 43% alcohol by volume, which if my math is right, that's 86 proof. It is, it's a non-age statement, technically, but it is a combination of 7 to 10 or 12-year-old spirits. So the mash bill is 84% corn, so it should have quite a bit of sweet to it. 8% rye, gives it a little spice, and 8% malted barley. And it is distilled by George Dickel. So let's go ahead and glass some up. Wasn't a really great cork pop, but it did have a little to it. All right. Set that aside. And here we go. Those of you on the live stream can see it there in the glass. I'm going to give it a little swirl. It's got some really good legs. Nice cling to the glass. It is I would say kind of a dark caramel with some tinges of yellow in it. I mean, it really does kind of look like a really golden sunlight. Rays of sunshine cascading down from above. So, there you go. All right, on the nose. It's very light, kind of airy, but it is round and fairly sweet, which I expect with that high of a corn content. I get caramel, vanilla, some toffee, and of course corn. I also pick up, kind of coming up through the corn, maybe some like taffy, little cherry in there, maybe some butterscotch, and a bit of oak. And there may just be a very slight hint of citrus, although not any citrus specifically like limes or lemons or just kind of that kind of citry, Yeah, and that kind of hangs around in the background there. It's not really, all right, not really it doesn't really come to the forefront much. So, but it is there. All right, let's give it a taste. It starts out with kind of a caramely sweetness, but then the corn kind of comes rolling through behind it. And amidst all of that, you're also getting some notes of vanilla and oak and maybe some cloves, and then just a hint of rye spice. So I think they did a really good job of touching the rye in there to kind of give it a spice, but not going overboard. It gives it just enough. Mouthfeel, I need another drink for that. It is really soft and kind of creamy, but there is sort of a refined aspect to it. For those of you on the live stream, you're going to see me bouncing back and forth. The camera's here, but my computer's there, so I'm looking over at myself to see if I'm looking like a fool or anything, which is pretty common. But you know, anyway, back to the mouthfeel. It is soft and creamy and has a pretty refined aspect to it. For it to be, you know, I consider Kentucky and Tennessee as country whiskey. You know, we're not Scotch or anything like that. It is really good. It is definitely worth the bottle. So, and it's very reasonable. I believe it was less than $50 for a fifth, but I don't remember exactly how much. So anyway. The finish. Need another drink for that too. Now the finish is pretty long. I've now had three sips, and it has never completely died out from the sip before. It does kind of hang around, especially a little bit of just a little bit of spice and kind of burn on your tongue. But there's also in there some really nice notes of caramel and vanilla and maybe some corn, and then just a touch of oak. I think it's really a great spirit. It is. So, all right, on to the stick. We have make sure that's turned right. It's kind of hard to tell. I do like the band, but I think there needs to be a little bit more contrast between the images and the band color, because it really doesn't show up all that well on the camera, but the band doesn't affect the smoking. So this is the Flathead Steel Horse, and this particular Vitola is a Toro 6.5 by 52 on the ring gauge. It is of Nicaraguan origin. It's a full strength stick. The filler is a blend of it's a tri-blend. It has Dominican Republic, Honduran, and Nicaraguan fillers. That is bound in a Brazilian Arapiraca. I think that's right. And it is cloaked in a Connecticut Habano Oscoro Wrapper. I don't know that it's quite that dark, but, you know, anyway. Visually, it is, as you can see on live stream, maybe, that's better, get a little light on it so you can kind of see it. It is kind of a medium to darker brown. It is rather oily. It has a nice sheen to it. It does have quite a bit of tooth to it as well. I'm going to be interested with that because as the little packets of oil in the leaf get hot and pop, I like that. It has very visible but tight seams. I doubt you can pick up that kind of detail on the camera, but you just very tight but very visible seams and minimal veining. There's a couple on there that are pretty prominent, but overall it's nice, smooth, great feeling stick in the hand. So let's move on to the nose because I'm interested to get this one fired up. I get notes of hickory, maybe some kind of salted dark chocolate. There's quite a bit of like spicy black pepper in it. Going to give it a cut here using the cascades multi-cutter on the V-cut. Now, one thing I will say is this is a Toro, but that is a very flat heel for just a regular rounded end stick. I mean, I happen to notice it because the only other one that I've really smoked that's been like this is Drew Estate's Java line. They're all flattened off at the back, and it has a very large double cap. I don't think I mentioned that. So there are some very curious things about this cigar, which I think I'm really going to enjoy delving into. Another good cut. All right, cold draw. I get kind of like a musty, earthy, damp earth kind of, like you're in a more higher elevation wooded area, and you kind of get that smell of damp moss and things like that. It's a really rich, musty smell. It's not a bad smell. You really do. I love it. We used to go to the Smoky Mountains when I was a kid, and every time we'd go to cross over from Tennessee into North Carolina, I'd want to ride with the windows down because I love that smell coming into the car. It's really great. Anyway, and then there's also black pepper, and there's a little bit of cedar on it as well. All right, let's go ahead and toast this stick up and try these two out together. The Steel Horse just billows smoke. It is a great smoke producer. It is full-bodied, and it is a complex cigar with notes of spice and pepper. There's some chocolate in there, some oak, and maybe a little bit of coffee. I'm really astounded at the complexity of this stick. It's a pretty easy draw, but I am having to draw pretty hard on it to really keep it going here. There we go. All right, and you can see the smoke just continues to waft around. It's awesome. All right, let's try it with the Barrel Select here. It does kind of perfectly complement the bold flavors that we found in the George Dickel Barrel Select. The whiskey is outstanding, and it offers us kind of a symphony of caramel and vanilla and spice, and that just kind of harmonizes really well with the notes coming off the stick. The pool cut off. And it blends very well with the notes off of this CAO Steel Horse. This top part of that stick is just not wanting to light really well. Oh, there it goes. The pool kicked back on again. I'm sure you can hear it. I try to, on the audio part, when the podcast, I always try to I put in some background music, and that way it kind of hopefully drowns out a little bit of that. But, you know. This is a really good stick. I have had the 660, I believe, which was another really good stick. But that's the only other one of this flathead line that I've had. I bought the 770, and I just didn't believe I was man enough for it after I bought it. I'm like, yeah, this is a cigar that's 7 inches long and 70 on the ring gauge. That's a lot. So you're talking another inch. I hope you're still there. They said something went wrong. All right, we are back. Where were we at? We were at how well the George Dickel Barrel Select pairs with the CAO Steel Horse. There's something else in there too, but I can't remember what it is now. I've gotten flustered. So, but the stick has given us some spice and pepper and chocolate and oak and coffee. And the George Dickel has brought us some caramel and vanilla and spice, and so it all kind of really weaves together like really well to create a wonderful little symphony going on in your mouth. That's what she said. And I do realize that now things have really gone awry because we have somebody who's decided to mow their yard while I'm doing this, and they have let the dog out to run around in the backyard with me as well. So, yeah, I'm going to try and hold it together. We're trying to have a professional show, but you know, things work against us. And I will say that my streaming service over here, I have an area for comments, but I never see any. But then when I go back to watch the live streams on, you know, YouTube, Facebook, X, I always find comments. So I don't know why they don't come up here, but if I don't answer you, it's not because I don't care. It's because I'm not seeing your comments. So I was trying to move to another service, but it wasn't working. So I'm thinking about replacing my laptop and getting an Apple, and then I could give it another shot. Anyway, for those of you on the podcast, I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and then I will come back and give you an update. And for those of you on the podcast, you're going to continue on with this wonderful train of professional entertainment. Hey, Stoners, I'm back. I had to cut the live stream people off. I just had a shit show going on here in the No Shoes Bar and Grill, and I couldn't ignore anymore. So anyway, so they're having to wait just like you guys have had to wait to hear this. So anyway, I'm back. The stick has brought in some leather, notes of hay and cedar. The George Dickel single barrel is I don't know, is it a single barrel? Barrel Select. Good God. The Barrel Select it's filling the spaces that, what am I trying to say? There isn't a whole lot of sweetness in the stick, I guess is what I'm really trying to get out. And the sweetness, the caramel, the vanilla in the George Dickel is really filling those holes very well. And they are doing a great job of supporting each other. I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the band, and I will come back and give you my final thoughts. Welcome back, folks. I've had a few minutes, and I think I've kind of collected myself to finish this out, because this pairing has been way better than my afternoon has been trying to get this thing recorded. So, but the aficionados will love this pairing. This is a great Tennessee whiskey. This is an excellent cigar that has no oddities about it. It's not flavored or whatever. And the CAO has done a great job putting this together. It is a really good stick. The only thing the only complaint I had was that separation there in the first inch or so, but that is now gone, and it is stacking up some really nice thin stacks of really white or light gray ash. The rich and earthy notes of this cigar just harmonized beautifully with the smooth sweetness of the George Dickel Barrel Select. I mean, this really was kind of a match made in heaven, even though trying to record the episode on it was hell. As you continue to savor these two together, the combination just really becomes kind of more enchanting. The chocolate and the coffee flavors on the cigar blended seamlessly with the vanilla and the caramel undertones in the whiskey. I mean, each puff and each sip just took you on a journey that was indulgent pleasure. Whether you are a seasoned cigar lover or whiskey connoisseur, or you are somebody that's fairly new to the genre, this would be a definite pairing that you would like. The Flathead Steel Horse and the George Dickel Barrel Select, they really elevated each other, creating just a truly unforgettable experience. And I think I alluded to that in the beginning and hoping that this pairing was going to do that, and it did. So the next time you're looking for a perfect duo to enjoy during a moment of pure relaxation, or if you're like me and you're just trying to forget the chaos that's going on around you in that particular moment, you will not be disappointed with these two. I hope you have enjoyed this episode as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you, and as hard as it's been to make. Let me know your thoughts. Please leave me some comments below. I love when people comment on the episodes. It kind of lets me know that people are enjoying it and that they are actually out there listening. Let me know if you have anything you would like to see paired, a particular spirit, particular cigar. And like my good friends Roy and Tracy, if you want to send me a stick like this CAO Flathead Steel Horse, or some of the ones that were going to be coming up here in the next few weeks, they supplied me with about a month's worth of episodes. If you want to send me anything like that, feel free to DM me, and I'll let you know how to get it to me. You can pretty much find me anywhere. Wait, before I start all that, I would give the George Dickel, I would give it a 92 whiskey stones out of 100. I think it's in that top 10%. It was really good. It had nice heat and nice spice and excellent sweetness. It all kind of played together. The stick, I'd knock some points off for that construction problems I had there in the beginning, but overall it's been an excellent smoke. It has performed flawlessly since then, and I would give it a 90 matchsticks out of 100. Definitely need to try these two out, and if you look in the description of the episode, you'll find a link to the stick at Cigars International and the spirit at Total Wine, so you can go look them up while you're listening and order them and have them sent right to you. Or in the case of Total Wine, just pick it up at the store, whatever. Now, you can pretty much find me anywhere. As you know, if you're listening to this, I'm on almost all I am on all the major podcast platforms like Amazon. You can even find me in the Amazon store. You can search for the Sticks-In-Stones podcast, and you can find it. And it's free. That's awesome. One of the very few things you'll get free on the Amazon shopping app, but I am on there. But I'm also on Amazon Music, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, all of those. So you can find me. Be sure to check out our website at sticksandstones.com, STICKSNSTONEZ.com. There you can find links to the older episodes. You can find links to our affiliate marketing partners. We greatly appreciate all of them. Freedom Fatigues, veteran-owned business, has some great patriotic wear. You've seen me with pictures of stuff that I have. Actually, I had a guy at the gym today. I was wearing my Freedom Fatigues hat, and he's like, "Oh man, it's a cool hat." I'm like, "Thank you." So it was the one that's gray with the gray American flag on the front of it. So I wear that to the gym every day. Fanatics, Carhartt, Hook, high performance fishing wear, and then of course Cigars International, Total Wine, Keeper's Heart, Irish American whiskey. That is an awesome whiskey. I've had several of their whiskeys now, and it's definitely worth a purchase of those guys. So anyway, until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.